That shit look orange as fuck.
Welcome to the Ops. It's your girl, Spicy K.
And it's your girl TK. How y'all doing?
We are on episode 47 of the Ops. We telling it all, and we have a great show tonight. We're going to talk about what everybody and their mother is talking about. ReesaTeesa. But first, before we do that, of course, in February, we decided to, instead of telling on other people that get on our nerves, we have decided to highlight Black history. So, TK, go ahead, let me know who you would like to highlight.
All right, so I'm sure most of everyone knows about this man because if you're anywhere over the age of 30, you've played with the toy that he designed and invented. Mr. Lonnie Johnson invented the Super Soaker water gun. Okay, and I really do know that um, he is he's well known, but I just think it was neat how that's not what he was intending to design. He did it in '89, one of the best selling toys ever. Like, I mean, if you're a kid in the South, you play with water guns. You know what I mean? So you definitely know that that is something that he invented, and it just recently came out that it was a black man because I believe he had to sue for some of his money when Hasbro bought.
It's a technical difficulty. It says your browser is not allowing recording.
It's not saying that on my end. I don't know.
It's yeah, it's you're not recording right now. Hold on, let me see how it says. It's what should I do? It's saying that you need to potentially join from a different supported browser.
I don't have a different supported browser.
Um, Let me, or saying join from a mobile app, from
What?
the mobile app.
I don't have the ability to do that. What's the problem? It's saying
This
I
is
got.
where,
It's saying it's got communication speakers. It says my headphones.
but you see where it should say record, it doesn't say record.
I don't know.
Like on the side, it normally says record.
It's got recordings at the bottom.
Yeah, but I'm saying like on the side where it says your name.
I don't notice anything different. Uh,
Let
let's
me
see.
send you a screenshot of what I'm seeing. Or not, Swill, you disappeared. So, okay, while she's doing that, trying to get that pulled up, let me go ahead and tell who I want to talk about for this particular week. Um, oh, never mind, you're back up. Did you want to go ahead and continue?
I don't know what happened. Now it's saying everything, but no, I was just talking about the Lonnie Johnson, designer of the Super Soaker water gun. Everybody knows if you're a kid in the South, you play with water guns. He was designing. His initial design was for an environmentally friendly heat pump. This is an engineer. He worked for the Air Force, and he was in the Air Force and worked for them as an engineer. Graduated from Tuskegee, and he was recently in the news, like I'd say about 10, 15 years ago, because he had to get his money from the company that he had originally sold it to. Was it Laramie? Was bought by Hasbro, and they didn't want to pay him. So he now continues to work. Uh, Oh my gosh. So I don't know what's happening again. Here we go.
Okay, let me just go ahead and see if you can work on that, and I will go ahead and go to who I'm going to spotlight. My spotlight is actually the character Buckwheat. The character is mostly made famous by Billy Thomas, but this is something that I did not know. Buckwheat was originally supposed to be a girl, and Buckwheat actually was played by Carlina, which is the sister to Matthew Stimmy Beard. Um, And in fact, even so, I think the first 3 episodes, um, she played that character, and then they got Billy Thomas to do it, but they still had him dressing with pigtails. So I didn't really know that. So it wasn't until later on in their series, after pretty much Stimmy left, that's when they decided to go ahead and allow Buckwheat to actually be a boy, and they start referring to Buckwheat character as a boy and no longer referring to Buckwheat as a girl or she. And I was not even aware of that. Like, I had no idea that a girl was originally supposed to be Buckwheat. But apparently, also, later on, Billy Thomas decided to enlist in the U.S. Army. And unfortunately, he died at the age of 49 from a heart attack. But that is my spotlight for this week show.
Was that not a designed out of racism?
Not
And
a,
yeah,
we was just
Buckwheat's
talking about.
character. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I don't know. But it was a girl,
definitely was. It was a girl.
and I didn't know it was supposed to be a girl.
On the initial Little Rascals, it looked like a girl.
Yeah, that's what it said. Like, it was a girl for the first
Hmm.
like 3 episodes, and then Billy Thomas, um, was basically dressed in pigtails and everything. So you're gonna need to probably get on your phone and do it that way. But I will go ahead and continue the show. Um, so the first thing we have is, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when we do it. This is a typically a topic that we discuss that has some kind of racial element associated with it. And for this particular week, the topic is all about what happened in the Miami schools. So, if you're not familiar, apparently about a couple of weeks ago, I'd say, hold on, let me pull it up. Bear with me 1 second. So, what ended up happening is that the parents received a permission slip asking if their children can participate in Black History Month activities. Um, this was something. You're still not recording. Are you able to change to your phone?
No,
Oh,
it
are
shows
you-
me on the live.
it is.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess it's probably not going to show up for Spotify then. I guess it'll just show up for YouTube, but not show up for Spotify. We just won't have a Spotify episode, I guess, this week. Okay, no problem. Um, so what ended up happening is that the parents basically, like I said, got a notice that they needed to sign this permission slip to be able for their children to learn about Black history. Um, TK, you want to go ahead and tell your thoughts about this?
Well, I don't understand the whole uproar about it. I mean, there's obviously been, talks, especially in that state, about not having critical race theory taught in schools as well. So I guess you would have to ask permission, not just to the white parents, but to all parents, to see if it's okay with them if we teach your children about Black history, which is American history, because you have to cover your bases as a school and a school system. I mean, what we don't know. I didn't look into what excuse me, what the actual rules were for uh, Florida in relation to teaching them anything that is the truth. I mean, they're not gonna these people aren't gonna stop until there's nothing left. That people know. History has been whitewashed anyway, so there's nothing left. Until there's nothing left, there's not going to be any reason to ask. Just gonna just learn. Hey, Christopher Columbus discovered America. We signed the Declaration of Independence, and then we were free from England. All of that stuff that they tell us that they make us learn in order to advance in grammar school, things like that. So, um, I, from what I saw, I just saw it from white parents. I didn't, from what the link that I had, it was like they don't understand why they would be asked if they could teach, if their children could learn Black history.
And basically, it was a book. Basically, from what my understanding, it was a book.
They said a Black author was supposed to come and talk to them or something like that, and like what's the big deal? I don't know.
Yeah. So I just think it's weird. And then also it's weird because basically DeSantos, which is the person that didn't want the books as well, like he kind of almost flipped the script basically and was like, I don't understand why this is going on. Why would they would even have to have a permission slip? So it's just a whole bunch of, I don't know.
It's very weird, very awkward.
Yeah, very very weird. And considering the fact like it was basically just a book that was written by African American, like, so you have to get permission just because it's a book that's written by a black person, like all books supposed to be written by white people. I'm so confused.
Well, for a long time they were. You also had sent me an article about black men had to start a floating library because all books by African or any book that an African American could possibly read was banned. So most of the books that we are privy to, if about history, are written and whitewashed by white people. So you can definitely understand that they want to keep as much information that from these white kids that will traumatize them because they don't want the actual behaviors of their ancestors to traumatize them. Imagine what it did to our ancestors, that behavior. You feel me? So I really don't know, where the hell Florida is headed. These southern states in general, they all want Trump 24. You know what I'm saying? So that they're gonna have those beliefs. And DeSantis was a Republican until he dropped out. So he's the governor of this wonderful state of Florida. And he's thinking it's weird too. So that's all, even makes it even more weird. So I don't understand. I don't understand the beliefs of are what is causing this behavior. So I mean, sign a permission slip or don't. Like it's either whatever. It's not gonna be a big deal because you, the parent, need to teach your child about their own history and Black history because eventually it's not even gonna be mentioned in school. They're not even gonna make any mention of Black History Month or anything like that. So teach them while you can before they completely whitewash it.
Well, they were saying in here, like I said, it was just a book, and I'm not even really sure what the book is.
They didn't mention it. They didn't say.
Yeah, they didn't say. Also, what I just left the part, but it said that this was in compliance with the basically the new law that
About
they had
critical race
to
theory.
that they actually had to send out permission slips. I saw something else, but for whatever reason, when I moved my hand, it the thing went haywire.
Don't move your hand.
I know. I just whatever. But what else was on there that I thought was kind of interesting?
No, I want to say this though. I don't know about how kids feel now, but I know when I was in grammar school and as a PWI is the only thing that I had available to me at the time. Grammar school, all the way through grammar school, I was one of the only, if not the only, black child in my classroom. So I know that when they did talk about things related to African Americans and slavery, all the kids would turn around and look at me and stare at me. That's how I felt different. I didn't understand. I hated to watch stuff like, the old slave movies, the, Roots and stuff like that. I didn't want to watch stuff like that as a kid because it made me feel like I felt in class when those topics were discussed.
Like
So,
singled out,
yeah,
basically singled out. Okay.
because there's not, after the second grade, there wasn't hardly like my third grade class. I think I was the only black child in my class, not in the whole third grade, but in my particular class. And this is where I had most of my traumatic experiences with having a white teacher. It was in the third grade. I'd rather not discuss it at this point. But yeah, it was a traumatizing experiences that I had that I remember that I hang on to about being the only black child in class. In fourth
Yeah.
grade, I got a black teacher, and I was terrified to have her because she was the mean Mrs. Winfrey. You know what I'm saying? But when I got into her class, I learned so much more. She was very strict with us, but she made sure that I learned. I owe her a lot. Okay,
Mm.
so I hate how they and I mean other students that were not black made me feel afraid of her. You know what I
Oh.
mean? That's really how I felt about Miss Winfrey. I did not want her, and then boom, here I am on her list when I go to first day of school. There go my name on her door. Oh my God, traumatized. I was scared to death because I was like, what's gonna happen to me? She's gonna eat me alive. I didn't. And based on the rumors that I had heard about her, the only black fourth grade teacher. You know what I mean? Like seriously, like I thank God that I had her for a teacher because had I not, I wouldn't have met my best friend that year. That was the year that she and I hated her when she first came because she was new. She was the other black girl, and then we had to get put out in the hallway together to become friends because we was going at it back and forth in class. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole different experience as well. I have to tell you about how we reconnected after she left. Anyway, but yeah, but I owe a lot to Miss Winfrey, and I don't know how these kids feel now because black people are different than in the '80s. We're in different positions. We have different, rights have changed even since then. You know what I mean for us as black people. So I don't know how the kids feel now when they talk about slavery and Black History Month and the accomplishments and the suffrages of black people. But I know how I felt being in a predominantly white school talking about that. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe they didn't want they don't want the white kids to feel singled out because they got 11 months of the year with at least 30 days in them, and then 1 month out of the year, 1 month out of the year, the shortest month always, no matter if it's a leap year or not. That we talk about all things black.
Well, okay, so I finally found the part that I was looking at, and apparently they were saying that it was in compliance with the state law for because there was going to be a guest speaker that was going to participate doing a school authorized education related activity. But
Oh,
one of the other parents in a different school said that they received the permission slip or permission form that says for their child to participate in Black History Month activities. So it doesn't seem like it may not even be anything about slavery. It may even be like something like we discussed earlier, like you and the super sucker guy and me discussing buckwheat. Like it could be something that's not even related to slavery. It could just be like these are the black people that invented such and such, like Garrett Morgan, I think the traffic light is
oh
that the
yeah.
traffic light guy? Okay,
Hmm.
so it could be something just as it seems like it could be something just as simple as that, and not even anything traumatic or anything, or not like not slavery, not Jim Crow, not any of that. Just basically like to even just acknowledge black people. It appears, which is wild,
So
very wild.
did it say anything about it just being sent to the white parents? Because that's all I saw. I didn't see any black parents mention it.
Um, it didn't stay. It seems like it may have been sent to everybody, like all the parents. But apparently, some parents, potentially, I guess, raised a fuss over it. But it doesn't appear that it was just the, non-black parents that received it.
It was a
At
very
least not how
vague
I took it.
story. It could have been actually. I don't know if it was. real or whatever. But yeah, it was
No,
very
it's
very
apparently
strange.
the school districts acknowledged, things were acknowledged that this was actually something that was sent, which is wow,
Weird.
beyond wild.
Folks are being weird now. But yeah, it's all good. They gonna learn. If you a black parent, teach your child yourself. Don't expect them to learn in school. Because other than the fact that we were slaves and once weren't allowed to drink from the same water fountain, I don't know how much in school that I learned about Black history.
Yeah. Um. No, it said one of the I just see that one of the schools it said where his daughter apparently attended is predominantly Hispanic, and was wondering if it were a predominantly black elementary school if they would have sent the same permission slip. So
I don't think so.
I don't. Mm, it's just odd. Like that's it's one thing to say, which is still wrong. It's one thing to say like we don't want to hear anything about slavery or Jim Crow or da 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 all of these things, but it's another thing to like not even want to hear from black people for black people's sake. Like that is so odd to me.
And
That's
Florida,
so odd.
Florida is one of the southern states that's about to become majority black people. Whether they are of Haitian descent, Cuban descent, which is black people, or whatever, it's primarily black people in the state of Florida.
It's just I don't know. It's very weird. Very, 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 very weird.
But
But
saying all that to say, it's gonna be harder to find a white person to come and speak than it is a black person. I mean, come on now. What you gonna do when that's the case? I guess nobody cares. They'll send out permission slips then.
actually, I remember reading this probably about a few years back or 1 or 2 years back. They actually prefer, when I say they, the people, um,
The people.
prefer that, and it has been a lot of white people that have headed up DEI, diversity, inclusion, and I mean, diversity, equality, and inclusion. So it's been a lot of actually white people that had that. They even had, I can't remember exactly which school, but like one of their main professors of like African American studies or something like that was a white person. Um, because apparently, from what I read, and I can't remember what it was, but I think it was a credible article, is that people are more amped to respond to a white person discussing racism and the effects than a black person.
Who? What people? The white people or people?
Non-black people. I'm just gonna
It's,
say people because I can't remember exactly the article, but it did say that a lot of it comes off because I think what happens is that by someone being black, they just naturally assume that their passion or you know or aggression, what they like to paint a lot of black people out as, instead of the passion that they have for their culture, um, they don't. They think it's easier to be fed that information from someone that looks like
well,
potentially
I am
them.
not one of those
I'm
people
not.
that feel that way.
Yeah, I didn't say you were. I'm just saying
Majority
that's
people.
kind of
I would be a
that's kind of
majority. Would I not? If 9 times out of 10, or at least 6 out of 10, say that that's what they prefer. Not I, said the cat. I wouldn't want based on. Now I would probably listen, but I ain't gonna be like, I mean, the whole time I'll be like, this nigga, this motherfucker right here don't know what they talking about. Like, what the, like, really? Like, what is your interest in? What made you take this up? Like I you know, because there's this man that does Black History stuff on PBS. I can't think of his name. I had his name because he also has a documentary on Netflix that I watched, telling us about how they used to treat us. And he always has a professor of African American studies that's either, you know, some older white man or older white lady that's telling us about us. And I'm like, hold up, hold up, hold up. What is the reason that you took up this field of study? Like I need to know what interests you about this topic that makes you take this up. Is it because
Yeah.
you want to know? Is it because you want to educate people that look like you? Because they're always talking to us. They're not talking to the people that look like them. They're always speaking to us. So I'm trying to figure out like
No,
what
no, no. When they do diversity inclusion in diversity equality
quality include.
inclusion,
Hmm.
um, a lot of times, especially in corporate America, most of the people are not black.
Yeah, I know they hire
So
white, like
therefore,
Robin D'Angelo,
so
with that wrote White Fragility. That's what she does. Is go around to corporate companies that feel like they're too racist, to talk to people that look like them to try to get us included, and it's always awkward for us. She said it. She's like she doesn't get any opposition from us in her meeting. She gets the opposition from the white people that don't want to be deemed as racist. When the first thing that she tells these people is that they're racist, and then they clam up like, "Oh my God, how dare you!" You know, they get offended at being told how their behaviors could possibly seem racist to black people.
yeah. But any other subject on that before we go to our next topic?
Now, if you don't get on this girl, I don't care about nothing about this girl we're finna talk about. This is the weirdest thing I've seen all week. But go ahead, let's go.
Yes, because well, our subscribers wanted us to discuss this, and we will discuss this. And plus, not to mention, it's the most trending topic ever on TikTok
It's sad.
right right now. So the story that we're talking about is what I mentioned on our Facebook page earlier today. Is about ReesaTeesa. That's what I'm gonna call her. That's what her name is on TikTok. So basically, she ended up marrying someone that she considers a pathological liar. Um, Basically, he lied about everything, according to her.
And he's a June
Um,
Gemini, so I don't want to let you know that he's a June Gemini, not a May Gemini. Okay.
okay, and like would have imaginary conversations.
With his brother,
Yes, that he was not talking to because they were not on speaking terms.
they was beefing.
Now keep in mind that all of this during COVID. He also, said that he was a VP of the company, but he was a temp apparently. Um, and this is just things that he told her. He was supposed to buy her a house, because he had millions of dollars, and
He did pay her bills, everything
yeah,
but
he
her
did
car
pay her
note.
bills. He paid her bills. Um, and just a whole bunch of, as people said, a whole bunch of red flags. But as I told someone earlier today, everybody red flags ain't the same red flags because it's a lot of people are like, soon as you had a blowout, you probably that was the good Lord telling you do not go on a date with this guy. But the guy came, met her where she was at, and paid for her tire.
Tired, tired, yeah.
So you may see the blowing out tire as as a red flag, and she saw a green flag that the fact that he came to her and paid for the tire.
Didn't
But
have
yeah,
to
but
now.
he also was gonna buy her house with for cat like cash offer for the house.
Fell
But
through.
but he had no cash,
No, the
or at
offer.
least not enough cash to be doing a cash offer. Um, then he was gonna get her a car. He was gonna take her places like London and Paris. Um, just a whole heat pop mess. How do you feel about everything, TK, and things that you recall from this story?
Well, I think you know how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if this is like she put herself out here. Apparently, there was 4 hours long worth of TikToks. I saw the synopsis. I have not seen the actual TikToks and videos, but there was like a 4 page letter that somebody put on a post about what she went through. So my thing is, I mean, I can't tell nobody nothing about meeting someone and falling in love quickly, because we all know my story and how I came to be married and things like that. So we're not going to talk about that right now, because again, here now, what, 6 years later, I still feel like an idiot, but it is what it is. Now I didn't go through none of this shit ReesaTeesa went through, but it seems like I wouldn't want to share that with the world like that, because it went all the way to the point of she's telling, "Hey brother," talking about, "Hey brother," talking to the brother, and he talking to somebody. He ain't even talking to nobody. Like I don't understand the psychotic behaviors that he was doing. Like, what was the point? Like, okay, average looking chick, average looking dude. Okay, so we're not gonna really go there and say that she got played or this and the other because she look or act a certain way. She like, for all intents and purposes, she had found her a good dude
Yeah.
based on what he was putting out there. So we can take most of the blame off of her. Most, I said most,
Yeah,
because
she mentioned that she felt like it was her time. She felt like she was getting older. She wanted to be married. She wanted to have kids.
all the
You
wrong
know,
reasons to do what she did. I just want to say that.
so, and
Okay.
she said that she also, felt like she was desperate, and because she did want those things, and obviously he was offering that, he was paying her, he was paying her bills. Um, so like that's what I'm saying. Like it was a lot of things that, yes, hindsight is always 2020. And in the moment, most of these things were like green flags for her. Like these were things that, like, oh, he really wants, a family with me. He really wants to build with me. He wants to buy me a house. He wants to make sure I have a reliable vehicle. Um, it was a lot, but let me just state a couple of things. Um, I went down the rabbit hole.
I'm sure, because
When I tell you
some
that
crazy.
apparently the son of the Latoya, which is the first wife,
Hmm.
was saying that he said that he was a music producer. So not a VP, but a music producer. Um, then I went down a real rabbit hole. Apparently, another person named Angela that wasn't dating him. Apparently, he said that he owned the news station, the local news station, and was going to offer her a job, was going to give her a job.
Yeah, so Risa Tisa wasn't the first victim.
No. And I don't know exactly when this situation happened with the Angela person, but she had recordings. It sounded like his voice from the TikTok where he said that she cheated, and she caught him. He caught her with Bradley. But apparently this guy has done had a lot of jobs, and very important, distinguished jobs. And what I don't like is that people are acting like they haven't been stupid when it comes to affairs of love. A lot of us being stupid. Both of us.
Well, I'm gonna
I'm just saying.
tell
I'm
the
just saying
one
because you
that
have
I
said that
was.
before.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and people are like, oh my goodness, like what? Like I said, people are like, oh my goodness, she was stupid. She should have did this. Now, one of the things that I don't understand, she worked in law enforcement as a civilian. I have no idea why she did not go and like look this person's information up. Even though he had two social security numbers, baby, he had two.
Yeah,
He had two
I saw
socials.
that too.
But this is my thing. I Google everybody. If you think I haven't Googled you, you don't know me, because I have. Me
Well,
and my
everybody don't
friends
show up on
Google each
Google
other.
searches
Me and
like
my
that.
huh.
Everybody don't show up on Google searches like that.
No, you
Shit.
gotta know. You gotta know the places to go. You gotta know the places to go. There are several websites to go to.
So you
I
pay
have
for the
tried to.
stuff.
No. You don't even have to pay. Now I done also removed myself from some of these websites as well. I'm like, hey, my information right here. I don't appreciate that. Can you go ahead and remove my information? But there's a lot of information out there, including whoever has been in your house, who was in your house before you. Yes, it has your telephone number, your social medias. It has your previous addresses. Like it has a whole bunch of things that is out there on, like, even people that you're like, how would you know that I know this person? It's on there. Trust and believe me. Me and my friend just did it yesterday.
Well,
We
if she
know.
worked in law enforcement and had access to those particular systems, I think I would have risked my job to figure out, especially when stuff got started getting fishy, and looked up in those systems. Do he have fingerprints? Do we have a record in there? In the like,
And
what's
he
going on?
did. And he
Yeah.
did have a record. He was going to weekend jail. Apparently. Yeah, it's a thing. I knew it was a thing a while back.
I know it is, but I didn't see that part of it. Like I said, I get the
Yeah,
synopsis.
he was going to weekend jail. Um he's the I don't play when it comes to like saying somebody died. Like I don't play like that. But he said that his stepdaughter died. He
Of
said
COVID,
that,
to that whole family,
yes.
whoever that was, said all them died of COVID.
And I think it was just a daughter. He also stated that his grandmama died. Come to find out, his grandmama, according to the brother, the grandmama had died in 2008. Now, this is what's the weird part. How you gonna bring me to a cemetery thinking that you buried your grandmama when your grandmama, like recently, when your grandmama being buried since 2008, and not even in that cemetery? That's the cemetery that you used to work at.
This nigga, this nigga was. I mean, he literally was off his rocker. Like I don't know, he might have some mental problems, but there's no way that he can maintain the jobs that he had and the lifestyle that he had. Being anything but a sociopath. Like that's the only thing he could be. Is he? Sociopaths they fit in, but they don't have the care in the world for other people to actually be for real. Like they fit in and with anybody and everybody, which is the scary part. Like she really thought, she like, girl, my man, girl, my tire went flat. He done came and paid for my tire, type. Like,
Yeah, he
I
paying
found
the
me a real
bills.
man.
Yeah.
That's why you're looking for the wrong thing. You need to find them folks that's gonna borrow $5 from you every other 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Them the ones that really care about you. These folks that's running around here trying to pay your bills, they're using that for some kind of control, and it's possible it's mind control. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, think about it. Like, look, everybody ain't. It's hard enough to pay your own bills right now. So if you paying yours and mine, something ain't right. You selling dope, selling ass, whatever you doing. You know what I'm saying? You doing something out of the ordinary to be able to do something like that. And this man had, he got 4 and 5 different Ponzi schemes going, building stuff on top of different women. Promising them in the future he probably getting their taxes. I can flip your taxes. And then he flipped his ass on somewhere else or somebody else paying their bills with their taxes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to figure out how he got away with it for so long. Like, it's 24. COVID pandemic shutdown was in 20,
Yeah, like this.
2020.
Yeah, they met in 2020 and divorced in 2021.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like the way it progressed was crazy because they said the synopsis that I was reading was like, oh yeah, just to advance a little bit more, and it'd be from February to July in the same year. Like he done flipped all this stuff. Like it blew up for him fast. Like I think once you get a inkling that something is wrong, you start investigating. Then you got the triple lie. You got the lie on top of the lie on top of the lie that you done already told because you got to cover up, so if they find out this one ain't true, then you got the boom, you got the backup. Then you got to have the second backup because I don't think people understand how lies crumble because you cannot keep up the facade forever. Like, I mean, it's just hard. I couldn't imagine being fake as hell because I would get sick of you asking me damn questions and I don't have no answer for these questions. Do you hear me? I
Like, and
could
he was having 30 to 40 minute conversations with no one in the morning.
if his phone would have went off with a text message or an email while he on the phone with nobody, that's how you know. Wasn't nobody fooling with him because I don't care who you are. If you having a 30 to 40 minute conversation, your phone done dinged at least 12 times. Whether it's an email, a notification from Belk about some damn sale, or something else. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
your
not
phone.
everybody has email alerts. I don't have email alerts. Mine
Oh
don't.
snap! I
Mine
need to
don't
figure
chirp.
it out now because I got
Yeah.
2 and 3 emails and they ding ding
Mm-mm.
ding all day.
Mm-mm.
Like I can't even talk on the phone without some or Instagram or Facebook or something. Some kind of notification is going off.
Yeah, you can turn off your notifications.
I know that, but I'm just saying that doesn't make sense. Like you don't think to do that, and then
But also, like, if you have a Bluetooth or something on, and you're like in your ear or something like that, or earbuds or something like that, you will hear that noise, but the other people won't hear it.
right. I know, but like I'm not saying that she would have heard it, but she would have seen it. Like, oh, okay. At some point, no. But and then seeing the big face on his phone or whatever his lock screen would be, that he
Well,
was on
no,
the phone
because
with
some
somebody.
people literally talk like this. I've seen people do like da 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 oh da 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 da, like they'll listen like this and then they'll talk like this. I don't. They do it. I see people and they be talking to real people and they do that. They listen and talk. Listen, talk.
Those are weird people. But anyway, something I don't care how long. I mean, but like I said, it wasn't that long. Like it was just a few months, and then everything just started blowing up. And I don't know how his auntie got involved and found her, but that's the one that blew up everything out the water.
Well, the
His,
auntie, one of the like auntie, like the apparently that wasn't his real auntie.
oh my
It
god!
was
Oh, you know
the
what? He
it
done lied
was
to me too. Jesus Christ!
so it was the mama that had passed away best friend. And like that's when she started like looking in obituaries and stuff like this. And like, let me just tell on myself because I don't care. I feel like I'm one of them old people. Like, when somebody died, they be like, who got the body? I already done checked to figure out who got the body. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I go to obituaries a lot for whatever reason. Like, if I need to recall a memory of something or check a date or something like that, I will go to the obituary. I will go ahead and admit it. So this is my thing. If you tell me that such and such has passed away, I've already looked. I'm looking. But that's also because I'm nosy. I'm very nosy. I will find.
Very much so.
And that's what she ended up doing. It just seems to be like on the later spectrum of things. But I this is something, and like my mama told me this, she was like, you can't expect you and other people. And yes, I think there was a lot of desperation on her part and wanting to be married and wanting to have, a family and kids and stuff like that. But I think also if you are a genuine person, you naturally think other people are genuine.
Yes.
And people aren't.
I used to believe that nobody will just offer you up a lie, and that's a whole fat face on lie right there. I used to give people the benefit of the doubt, and I get it, but you also lie to yourself in those situations when you know something is not right, and now you look like a fool for done got married to this person, then moved them into your house, talking about they finna buy us a house, and everything always fall through. Everything don't always fall through. Like if every single thing that this person try to do for you falls through, they not trying to make it fall not through. You know what I'm saying? Like something is up. There is a lie in that something in the fish grease ain't clean. Okay. So, but I get it. But you don't want the thing about it is we don't want to admit to ourselves that we've made this egregious. Let's go Ti on this for a minute. This egregious error and mistake and judgment of character. Like this is what it boils down to. She put up with this for so long. Like she was done after the first lie, but now but what she realized was I'm already married to this Negro.
Well, the thing about it is, if if my memory serves me correct, the whole house situation happened before they even got married.
I wasn't under that impression
I believe
from what I read.
that's how I understood it, because they moved in because they didn't get married until January,
Of
the following
21.
January of 21. Yeah.
Hmm. And that's what I'm saying. Then February is when one of the first lives bust open, and then July.
No, no, it was the end of January. I think it was like something. I know somebody had posted like January 5th got married by January 19th or something like that. Everything like started crashing down.
Because he put one social security number on
The
something, and
marriage,
then
yeah.
yeah, the marriage certificate, and then when they went to get the house, he put a whole different one, and that's when every shit, all the shit started tumbling, tumbling, tumbling.
Well, also, Amber, when the second try of getting the house, because they first worked with some a person named Scott and his friend to get the house, because there was a house under contract, and she was like, "Oh, I see the house under contract that he said should be under contract." Come to find out, they closed, and because all of that information is out there, they closed on the house, and it's no longer for sale, obviously, and it says it's a new owner.
Said the
And
owners and the realtor just left him alone. Like, Lord, get out of here.
so that was the first set of realtors, and then the Amber one is the one that helped her like see like something is not right. Something is not right. Now, a lot of realtors, what not I won't say a lot of realtors, a lot of people that I believe are in real estate, they was like, they request this, they request that, da 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 da. Listen, and maybe they do, but nobody requested that when I bought my house. Like, I didn't have to get a pre-approval, but I also bought new construction, so I only went to new construction. So you can just walk in as you see fit and be like, show me a house, and nobody is gonna see if you're approved for anything, because for me, I went through the builder lender,
Hmm.
which was what I was always gonna do anyway, because I wanted all the incentives. I wanted all the incentives. If you gonna cover some colors and costs, if you gonna put the blinds in, if you gonna give me all my appliances, let me use your lender, because I don't care. I don't care what lender. Loans, the payments is what I want the payments to be. I didn't care. I'm just gonna be honest. Um, so yeah, it was. But also, some guy mentioned that they did a calculation, and obviously this was yesterday, so of course these numbers could be wrong. I mean, could or definitely updated by now. But apparently, all of her videos had at least 86 million views.
Holy, oh wow.
And 86 million views, and they were saying that because she has her videos were 10 minutes, which apparently the TikTok powers that be pay more for longer videos. um, she could be setting on six figures,
Hmm.
and all she did was just was being vulnerable, discussing her life for 3 4 days, and which and then also Shonda Martin, which has like a credit repair service or whatever it's called. She has offered to pay for her to go to London on her, London and Paris.
Dang.
So she's offered that. So I wish the best for her. Like,
I did too.
cause
ReesaTeesa.
Cause you can tell like she was traumatized by that. Like you
I
can tell
believe
you can tell the emotions of it all. Like,
it. And ain't
yeah,
nothing gonna happen
it's
to that dude. Nothing gonna happen. He has not broken any laws.
well,
I mean, in relation to her, like he didn't
yeah,
assault her. He
yeah,
didn't do nothing. And they're definitely divorced now. I saw
yeah,
that. They so he whatever six figures she's sitting on, that's her.
yeah.
He ain't
Now
getting none of
I
it.
now I do think it was wrong for the girl that decided to post his information. Like, she
Oh
posted the
wow.
information without like even talking to Risa. And I think that was wrong because you don't know, like, this guy clearly has some issues going on. Also, keep in mind that the brother was saying that the life that this guy wanted is the same life that his twin has, that apparently lives in Nashville.
It's two of them. Oh Lord, that's too close to me, Jesus.
No, so apparently the brother, or at least at that time or whatever, the twin was a VP, had a 5-bedroom, 4-bath house, had the wife, had the kids, had all the
Oh
things.
yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
It was 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. Yeah,
Oh.
I saw
But
that.
yeah.
That's
But
how
yeah,
that
but
part.
apparently the twin is in the Nashville area somewhere.
He needs to know. But anyway, did you see the pictures of all these championship wrestling belts this man had?
Yes, yes.
What is that? Like, come on
I,
now.
I, I, I have no idea.
That is the most magenta flag I have ever seen in my life. This man had 6, and they were like authentic looking wrestling championship. Bruh, you spend half of your money on my bills and half of your money on championship wrestling belts. Like I'm talking about, he had stuff from the WWF. I don't know if y'all remember when the WWF was the WWF and not the WWE.
Is that like
The
Ric Flair?
world, no, he was in the NWA. Uh,
NWA.
this is old school wrestling. I was a wrestling fan before I found out it was fake. Jake the Snake, what's that? Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Bushwhackers, all them. You know what I'm saying? That was WWF, the World Wrestling Federation. Look it up. Now, for some reason, when they incorporated, they had to change it to WWE. I wasn't watching it then. When I found out it was fake, right after the Wrestling Buddies came out, if you know what those are, then I stopped watching it because I couldn't believe that stuff was fake. I'm like, bruh, are you serious? No. And me and my homeboy Chadwick Jones, okay, me and him used to watch wrestling and talk about it at school in the 4th grade. 4th grade now. This is when I watched wrestling. I went to MTSU to watch wrestling back when you could afford to actually go to MTSU and do stuff because now they big time shit and I couldn't afford to go to a Blue Raiders game. They up there with Alabama tickets. Can you believe that? We used to get these. They used to give out free tickets to women's basketball, men's basketball, and the football games nobody went to. Now they the same price as Alabama tickets. Are you serious? Murfreesboro has changed so much. I feel like, that's my hometown, but it's more big time than Huntsville. It's just like Nashville.
Come on, Murfreesboro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
getting bigger.
that's when I went to WWF wrestling, and this man got I ain't had no damn championship belt, and I was a child. This is a grown ass man with 4 and 5, and I think 6 championship belts. Now they might be worth something. I ain't even gonna lie, but he had him laying on the bed like he wearing them at night.
Yeah, it was one of the most awkward things, and like I said, I appreciate her vulnerability, and she said that she wanted to do this to help, like, people learn from her mistakes, um, and like I said, people are saying like I can't believe this, I can't, but it's plenty of people that have believed things,
Well, they better believe
and
this
and
brother.
and then think about it this way: if, especially with the money, and she could have just been, focused definitely on the money and the fact that he was paying her bills. But if someone tells you that I am, a VP or whatever, and you are taking care of all the bills, then I'm thinking you have some kind of job to help pay. You see what I'm saying? Like, but she said apparently like her bills, it wasn't really that much money apparently.
He was robbing Peter to pay Paul and Saul and Gretchen and Ingrid and everybody. He was doing something that made it seem like, oh yeah, I can. I mean, like I said, I think he was telling these other women he gonna flip their taxes and make them record stars,
No,
and he
I
using it to
know.
pay her because they was like, yeah, there's something wrong with this man. They cut him after the first. He went and said, you know what? I got to elevate. I got to marry this and him. And we gonna
Yeah,
go
because
for it.
she said that she asked him, why did you, marry me? He was like, because I knew I couldn't make you a girlfriend for a year.
And he meant that shit. He
Yeah,
meant that for real, cause
with his whole heart and soul.
that's probably the most honest thing he told that lady right there. It's like, I can't, you ain't gonna be my girlfriend for a whole year, so I'm just gonna marry you. She probably paid for the ring because she ended up buying her own car. Altima it said,
Yeah, she said the ring came from Amazon.
and there ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't even gonna be one of them people. But ladies, I guess you know now the ones that's gonna pay your bills are fraudulent. Okay, you gonna pay your own bills, and you finna go 50-50 with these men going forward. And he love you. Okay, he
you
love you for real.
you said get with somebody to ask you for $5 every once in a while.
If they don't ask you to borrow $5 every other 2 weeks, not every pay period, but every other pay period. If he don't let me hold a couple dollars, you not get paid on Tuesday. He don't love you. If he trying to pay all your bills, he trying to, and if he can, ask to see the receipts, cause where that money come from? He doing something, and it may not be selling dope, but he doing something fraudulent, scamming people. He look a little, I don't know if he was, one of them scamming folks, but he look a little suspect to me about it. He look sneaky. He had some shifty eyes, and I ain't seen no video. I just saw a picture. If you got
No.
shifty eyes in a picture, something wrong with you. He was like, do I even want to look at the camera? He taking selfies. He didn't even want to look at the camera while he taking a selfie. Like, something wrong with this dude, man. Championship belts. Look in your man closet. If he got wrestling championship wrestling belts, go away. Just go away.
Well, any other thoughts before we move on to the last topic that we want to discuss briefly?
No.
Okay. So, if you're not aware, apparently Chris Brown was invited to the NBA All-Star Game, Celebrity All-Star Game, to be on Lil Wayne team. And then he
was
decided,
uninvited.
yeah, then he was uninvited. And they said that it was because of Ruffles, the potato chips. Ruffles then put out a statement that said, no, we did not have anything to do with this, and we were not even a sponsor this year.
I don't know
We
what he
were a
made of
previous
that shit.
sponsor.
Yeah.
So, and also a lot of people, when it comes to Chris Brown, a lot of people were thinking or saying that, like, he should have been invited by Usher to be at the Super Bowl, and he should have his own Super Bowl
Do they have
halftime
a song
show.
together?
Apparently, they may, but I think they were cool. They may or may not have a song because I don't know. Um, Let me look that up. But
I don't think I can recall. If you can refresh my memory, I don't recall the Usher and Chris, because they was beefing a while ago. A while, at first because of
but
who was the dancer.
Usher threw a birthday party for Chris Brown apparently, or vice versa. One or the other happened.
But I don't think people realize that Chris Breezy can hoop. He done played in these games before. He get buckets.
So a lot of people are saying that everything basically stems from. A lot of people think it stems from the whole situation with Rihanna, but in my mind, apparently they do. They got a Chris Brown song. I mean, it's Chris Brown song, New Flame.
Oh yeah, but Usher
So
was on that.
yeah, apparently Usher was on it. Apparently,
Oh, okay. Well then, hush
I
my mouth. But yeah,
well then somebody else said it's party. I don't know. Don't get me to line.
but see what he was mad about is that they said, okay, so basically they said he was disinvited because of his past transgressions, right? And
Mm-hmm.
his thing was that you got athletes out here that's body slamming and elbowing their girlfriends in the face and stuff like that, and they still get opportunities to do stuff. This is what he said. He was like, it's people that's done since that was what, 2008.
It's been a while.
He said he was 17.
I feel like it was 2009, but yeah, it's been a while.
He said he was 17 years old, and he's 30 now, 30 plus, and so he's. I mean, And he told the whole story. Like, she literally started. I'm sorry. I'm gonna flip from what I said about it because she started the goddamn shit on some bullshit about that had nothing to do with her about his phone. You know what I'm saying? So this is the pre Jonathan Majors situation. You know what I'm saying?
But she
Like,
was beat pretty bad. I'm not now.
right.
Don't get it twisted.
And she bit him.
Do not get it twisted. I don't believe that women should be hitting the men either.
Right.
But I will say this: like he really beat her up though. Like okay, maybe he had a bite mark, but like she was puffy in black and blue.
So
I'm just saying.
he can't defend himself.
No, I'm not saying you can't defend yourself. I'm not. I didn't
That's
say
an
that at
island
all.
woman. Do you know how I don't know, let me not even generalize all of them that way.
Exactly.
But she was probably pretty strong, and if they had been drinking and other refinements, and she on some bullshit about what's in his phone, tripping, and it's a 17-year-old. The hell else he gonna do? You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no sense enough to you know what I mean? But anyway, that he did that. He did his time for that. He took his lumps for that. He lost the money that he lost from that. The reputation. Like, and she ain't even mad at him no more.
But see, this is the thing. I think everybody keeps going back to the Rihanna situation, but they're not understanding that like he was doing well. It was graffiti that I think they were saying like calling it vandalism at one point in time. People were making references that apparently he may have allegedly attacked Carucci. He also apparently allegedly threw a brick at his mama's car. He had the altercations allegedly with Usher. Like he has had like a lot of things that has happened that has basically, I believe, tarnished his image.
Yeah.
And it's not just the one, like the one incident may be the catalyst for it, but then like if you continue that same kind of behavior or similar behavior, like violent criminal ish behavior, that reflects.
So you telling me they gonna stop watching the All Star Celebrity Game because Chris Brown was on there?
No, I didn't say none of that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, what is the like seriously, like that's
Because
something.
the companies, the thing about it is that the companies, these brands, if like I said, Ruffle says they had nothing to do with it and they weren't even a sponsor or whatever.
Right.
But if your target audience is different things, like different demographics of people, and you have somebody that goes against that, that would just be like just like Fenty, Rihanna. She has dismissed people that were supposed to be on her campaigns because they have made statements about domestic violence, not about Chris Brown or in her situation, but about other people's situation. She doesn't want to be attached to that. She has dropped them. Brands care about their image.
Okay, well, he's played in a celebrity game since his incidents and transgressions. Like, he hadn't had anything that he's done besides try to raise his daughter in the last 10 years, at least.
No, I think the Carucci and the Carucci situation,
That ain't.
alleged situation, and definitely the Usher situation, that was definitely recent.
I don't think so. But if it could be no. But either way, I feel him, and he just all he did was express how he felt about it. Like, ain't nothing really he could do about it. He expressed how he felt about it, and I kind of agree with what he said. It's people out there that's done way worse than he has. And they still get love. But it's
But
his
has they
brand,
but
and
have they changed? But have they changed? Because it's one thing to do something to be reformed, but it's another thing again to carry on that same kind of behavior.
again, what other him and I think you're talking about something where he pushed Usher or something like that over a disagreement or something like that.
Yeah, it was same thing at that birthday party.
Yeah,
The
so
party.
I mean that's between two
But I'm just
grown
saying, but
men.
like, but that's still behavior, violent behavior. That's still assault. That's
I
still
suppose. Chris, do your
any.
thing. You got plenty of dough. You don't need no celebrity game. Build your own court and do your own celebrity game, and folks can't fuck with you. Like he's people go on social media and say stuff like that when they are hurt, and it's like, damn, what I got to do? Like, I mean, he to me, he been on low key. He ain't bothered nobody as far as I heard in a long time, and I'm gonna say at least 10 years. I don't know when the birthday party situation was, which you probably looking up now, but I have no
No,
clue.
it happened during Usher Vega residence, so it was last year, year before last.
Oh well, oh well. Usher wasn't there neither. Hell, so at the celebrity basketball game, so there it is. He out with his new weird wife.
Wife. Why you calling her weird?
Cause she looked weird. Like she looked psycho. I
That's
think.
the mother of his kids.
I mean, yeah. I mean, people have psycho mothers of their children every day, and that's just what she looked like. She looked like, I don't know, but he like old weird women, so that's on him. I wish him all the luck. He said he finally gonna marry. He was staying low key for a little while. He said he can't be single. That's weird to me. That's I love Usher, but that's weird. Like, I mean, he's definitely one that wouldn't have to ever be single, of course. But I
Yeah.
mean, after things keep not working out, stop stop keeping on. You would think he would take some time, some you time, Ursha, but he wanted my way. When I say go, hey, that's my
Okay.
dude. I fooled with him. I fooled with him until I didn't. Like I don't not like him. I just think he's just got some strange philosophies and behaviors. But he's doing his daggone thing, you know. And got a new album. I might get that. I might. I don't know. Cause I don't buy albums anymore. They all on Apple Music. Do I choose to download it or not? That's up to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, they gonna get off my boy Breezy. I feel like I'm gonna take his side anyway
Clearly,
because
I'm not gonna take his side. I
yeah,
just
'cause
don't like. I just don't really. I don't like that they be comparing him to Usher because obviously I think Usher's better.
oh wow,
Um, yeah, I think Usher's better.
oh wow,
Point blank. Period.
better at what?
Um,
Definitely not singing.
l-
Definitely not dancing.
yeah. Overall, I think Usher is better.
Oh, that's weird. But okay,
No, he really is.
I don't think so. I
I
don't
think
think
so.
he can sing better than Chris Brown. Chris Brown got a range. Like he got a voice. Usher
I
does
just I don't
too,
know.
but he
I
don't
just
get.
never even before the whole Rihanna situation, I never liked Chris Brown. Something about him irked my soul.
You've been weird your whole life, but yeah, it's okay. But I think that I don't think there's a competition. Like I tried to help out for a long time because, like I said, I used to fool with Usher. I used to tell people that's my little cousin because he's from Chattanooga, where my folks from near where my folks from. So I was like, yeah, that's my little cousin. We just a couple months apart in age, and we are. But he's a Libra, so you can't really trust those. And so he but I feel like that at some point in his career, Chris Brown surpassed him, as far as being his vocal range and definitely dancing. Now, I held out for a long time. I was like, yeah, nah, he can't dance better than Usher. He can't dance better than my little cousin. But he really does. Like, he has, this young man is, yeah, he got it.
I think Usher is more iconic than Chris Brown. I don't think Chris Brown will ever be as iconic as Usher. Like literally, like
Huh.
I'm thinking about Chris Brown songs and I don't remember them. Just gonna be
And I
honest.
feel you on that because he puts out 47 songs per album. He does definitely do a lot on each album, and I couldn't tell you the name of one album. I know a Chris Brown song when I hear it, but I couldn't tell you, But as far as performance wise, his shows are epic. Not Chris Brown talking about Usher. His shows are epic, but as far as talent goes, you have to give it up for C Breezy. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think if you think if you think Usher danced better than Chris Brown, something wrong with you.
Yeah, I think plus Usher skates too.
I'm pretty sure Chris Brown could skate, but you know,
But
eh,
does he? But does he?
I mean, he doesn't have
But
to.
does he?
He can
But does
skate
he?
as with his feet. He don't need no actual skates. and that's just real shit. But the skate culture in Atlanta, where he claims to be from, because he's not from Atlanta. That's weird to me too. So him and Gucci Man, neither of them are from Atlanta, but claim the A. You know what I'm saying? Usher is from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he represents the A like a weirdo, but that's okay. That is okay because that's what he want to be. You know what I'm saying? And Chris Brown stay hollering he from Virginia, even though he don't live there no more because he can't. But
Someone told me, I think it was my friend this weekend, was telling me that Chris Brown used to claim Chattanooga, but people was making fun of him. And
Chattanooga.
I mean, not. I mean, Usher used to claim
Oh,
Chattanooga, but people were making fun when he said that he was from Chattanooga, and then they
also
kind of
you a
stopped.
weak puss ass and just gonna say, "Oh, I'm from Atlanta."
He was still a kid.
He could be a weak
Oh
puss
my.
ass kid. Hell, that's what it's. They out there. They exist. What you mean? I'm pretty sure that wasn't his decision. Probably his mama and his, agents and managers or whatever. But that's when you get older, you can say, well, I'm actually from Chattanooga. I'm not from the A. But it is what it is. I fool with Usher. Like I said, I had no hate against him. He's part of my childhood. Chris Brown was part of my teenagehood. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I fool with both of them. But yeah, I'm gonna give C Breezy the upper hand on the dancing and singing.
Mm. Anyway, that's all for Chris Brown because, like I said, I'm not a fan. Um,
But you wouldn't want to talk about it because
yeah,
he's
because
because he's trending.
that was trending.
Yeah.
So of course we talk about trending things. Um, so the last segment says, "What has a book, TV show, or movie taught you?" And TK, this is your week.
Oh, and I'm excited because there's not many shows I get excited about, especially when it's police. Because I don't fool with the police. F12. So we're just gonna say that. But there is, yes, I said it, and there is a show that I saw. I started watching just a couple days ago because of a clip that I saw on Facebook. And I was like, oh, I got to get to the bottom of this. Thinking there was only one, maybe two seasons of it. It's actually five seasons of the show called The Rookie. Now, the reason why I am so excited about this show is because the rookie is a 40-year-old rookie police officer that joins the LAPD. Okay, and I just started watching it, you can't help but love this guy. Like literally, people that go through the police academy are like 18, 19, 20. You know what I'm saying? They graduate, they 21, 22, right? From the police academy. This dude 40 plus, right? Okay? He got a grown ass son. He going through a divorce. Basically, they call it midlife crisis because they feel like he done joined the police force just to see if he could do it or not at 40. You know what I mean? But he really is passionate about it. And what it's taught me is that, you know, sometimes people don't find their passion in life until they hit 40. Like the book that I was reading, Think and Grow Rich, like most people made their first millions, made their ideas successful in their 40s. Like everybody's out here like, oh, you gotta find what you want to do in your 20s and make it real in your 30s, and by the 40s you can just glaze through it. No, that's not how things work all the time. You know what I mean? Like this dude really, he's funny, he's compassionate, he brings a different perspective to being a rookie police officer. Like the people that he reports to are younger than him. His training
Mm.
officers are younger than he's like, and it'll humble you in a way because you're thinking, hey, this little snot nosed kid ain't finna tell me what's because that's how I feel sometimes. The guy that's over me is has just turned 30 the day before yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I'm like, and he's knowledgeable about so many things pertaining to this job that it's like, hey, I have to quell what I think I know and make sure I follow him in his lead. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard for a lot of people, especially a man, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? And his training officer is a woman. Like most of the people that are above him are women in this show. And I really thought
Is this
that
regular rookie or rookie blue? Is that
no, just the
rookie?
rookie. Yeah.
Oh, the rookie. Okay.
And so yeah, and I saw a clip on Facebook, and I don't forget what the clip was about, but I started watching it, and I'm almost in season 2 now, and they premiered season 6 today. So I'm a little behind on it, and I don't know if it'll hold my attention until I get to season 6. But I really like the guy's personality, the people around him. They make fun of him. They call him the old man, the sergeant. Which is the guy from Why Did I Get Married? Mike, the one that broke everything loose at the dinner table. I don't like him
Hmm.
anymore. I don't like him
Okay.
after that. But Richard T. Jones is his name. But I don't like how he treat my boy Nolan. You know what I'm saying? He all up in his grill, calling him midlife crisis. He told him from the first day, I don't want you here. I want you to quit.
Oh, that's
Yeah, he,
sad.
he don't want him to, like he think that he's taking this career as a joke, and he's really passionate about it. Like he's had to this is the first season he don't have to kill somebody in the line of duty. He has made bad decisions to where he could have got his partner hurt. You know what I'm saying? He's making mistakes just like the kids would. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just like a regular rookie.
Like a regular rookie, which is what he is. He went through the academy, got good grades or whatever you got in the academy. I don't know. And and it really does teach you a little bit about what police officers go through. Like I don't really care what police officers go through,
Okay. Okay.
and I mean, it's not going to change my view of the police, but I really do enjoy the show, and I think that we can all learn a lesson from John Nolan, Officer John Nolan, rookie, um, that sometimes you find your passion later in life. Like he also is one that has never been single. He had a girlfriend all the way through high school. Then he went to college, met his wife, married her, boom, kid, boom. Now they going through a divorce, and he's got to handle dealing with his whole life changing. And he from what Pennsylvania? He done went and joined the LAPD on the other coast. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Where she get real out there. You know what I'm saying? For these police officers, I still don't give a damn. But anyway, they
Oh my goodness, that's insensitive.
it's I mean, oh well, they insensitive. Shit. But anyway, let's
Remember, not everybody's the same.
and that, and the ones that do the same job are the same anyway. And if you're not the same, you ain't doing nothing about the ones that ain't right. So boom, I said it. If you're out there, write something in the comments, email me, DM me, because I don't care. Because I'll tell you how I really
Yeah,
feel.
make sure email her, not me,
Yeah, that's perfectly
because
fine. And
that's
if they do
PK.
send it to you, forward it to me, because I will let you know. I will go head to head and toe to toe with you because you ain't got nothing that I ain't got for it. But anyway, but yeah, y'all check it out. It's on ABC. It's on Hulu if you got to catch up because like I said, they premiered season 6 today, the 20th, and I'm still on season 1, episode 15. So, but like I said, right now it's got my attention. There's one of his TO is actually a young black lady who's trying to make detective. So she's got a good storyline with her, the other training officers, and the other rookies. Like you got one rookie, the black guy. Bless his heart, he's a kid. He's trying to live up to his daddy's standards. You know what I'm saying? Like his daddy is the big time cop, and he's got to beat all his records in the academy. Get out here, he's scared to death. He getting a shootout. He hiding behind the thing. Like he's like wouldn't come out. Partner in danger, getting booked at. Pow 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 pow. He over here behind the car. But he got this big reputation to live up to. He got a plot twist going on with him too. He's a little screwed up. Like the guys that always do well and stuff ain't always got the best mentality. You know what I'm saying? In other refinements and aspects because he kind of screwed up. But he's part of the show and it's a good character and I think his character is going to develop. Over the course of the season. So I really am excited to see that. So y'all check it out. The Rookie on ABC and check it out on Hulu first. Don't just jump into season 6. Like I thought about watching season 6 starting night, but I don't know nothing. The people that was on the preview, I have no idea who they are. Some of them, I said, so I need to actually watch the show. It seems like it's changed quite a bit in 6 seasons.
Hmm. Well, that is all for the lovely show today. This is episode 48 in the books. This is the Ops. We telling it all. This is your girl, Spicy K.
And this is your girl TK.
And we out of here.
Wow, love you.